I'm Chess, and I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado, and today we're going to be working on a side table and how to upcycle it or fix it to fit your home, or maybe if it's dated or something's wrong with it, you just need to give it a little new boost or a facelift. So as we get started, please tell me where you are watching from. And again, I'm from Fort Collins, Colorado. So I'm going to pull up my original picture because I did try to do some advanced stuff here. So here's the original picture of the table, and it had some gunk on the one corner of it. So I did sand that down just because I wanted it to level it out. But what I'm doing primarily today, you should not have to do any sanding. This is really what we're going to say is something that anyone should be able to do, because I would not say I'm an experienced furniture person at all by any means. So as we move forward, again, please let me know where you're watching from. So here's the table. I did, like I said, got a few things done a little ahead of time for drying's sake. So as we go on here. So what I'm going to do here is I painted the top already. I would normally paint this and this first before I did any legs, but I needed this dry for another thing that we're going to do with you later, because we're going to add a stencil to it. So I wanted to make sure that that would be dry enough for the show, because smeary paint is not fun. So I'm just going to paint these, or tape up these legs with some painter's tape. So if you ever need to, you know, do something, some more painting around, and you don't want to get it on something else, then you just use some painter's tape. Just like this. All right, there, that should be good. And then what I'm going to be using is this round brush right here. These things are so great. This is my first time kind of using one, and I am always one that's trying to get rid of brush strokes and frustrated by it. And these things really do help the paint go on so smoothly. I was just really impressed by it. So the color we're using today is it's Dixie Belle paint, and we are using Hurricane Gray chalk mineral paint. So again, that's what I put on the top. And now I'm going to be putting it on the bottom here. This paint is really great because you don't have to sand, you don't have to prime it, you just go right to town right away, which that is perfect for me, because I like things to be as simple as possible. So I'm just going to take my paint and dip, or my brush and dip it in the paint, and then I'm just going to slide it on. And you want to work your way across as you go. Now, one thing is that usually the darker paints from Dixie Belle need about 1 coat, and then these lighter paints will need 2 coats. Just like this. Where are we watching from, Brielle?
We've got Louisiana, Texas, New Hampshire, Arizona, Kansas, the Netherlands.
Yep. Welcome. Thank you for being here today. I enjoy having you here. If you have any questions or have any tips, because again, I am I would say I'm a crafter most of the time. So really for furniture, I've only just started to dabble in furniture. I did the table that's underneath this table, and I've done a couple other little things, but I am just learning how to do this for the first time. And so basically, you know, if I can do this, so can you. And this paint is really great for the everyday DIYer. You do not have to be a professional to know how to use this paint. And again, no priming, no sanding, and you just drag this brush across for minimal brush strokes. Now I'm going kind of thin on this. I might need 2 coats just because I would rather go back and do it than end up kind of messing something up and having to do it again. But again, if you mess up, you can always redo it. That's what I love about paint. If you mess up, just start over. What is the weather like where all of you guys are at? What is it like there? Just going around the edges here. We had a week of really kind of cold, yucky rain, and we are finally getting our summer back, so I'm pretty happy about that. Around that, and then cleaning up those lines. Brushing the sides. What is everybody saying about their weather?
One person says it's 108 where they are.
Oh my goodness.
Sunny and warm in one place, hot, muggy, and raining. Got a couple people says it's raining.
Anybody in winter right now out there? Because I know when you're on the other side of the hemisphere, you guys are having winter.
Someone in Germany just says it's cloudy.
Nice. You ready for your sun back? So I will show you an example. I actually hit one of the legs as I was going over. Like I said, I would normally do both of these tabletop parts first and then go back for the legs, but for the sake of time, I definitely wanted to get some of this done in advance for you guys, because we are not only just painting this today, we're also going to be adding some glaze and some stencils and some different things like that. So there we go. I got it kind of all the way around. Definitely thinking I'm going to need a second coat just because I didn't put it on too thick, which I didn't really want to. And then of course, you know, you might miss a spot, so you need to touch it up anyways. Now, I did see a brush hair in there. I'm going to try to nab that quick so it doesn't dry in there. Just go right over that. Is there another one in there?
Right by the
leg.
leg.
I see it.
Yeah.
I did forget. Usually it's a good idea to grab and pull your bristles, and I did forget to do that. Okay. Let me wash that off my fingers really quick. So there you go. That's just kind of the base coat. And if you look, here, let me move this over here. If you look at the top here, you can see that color dry. And that is 2 coats up here because I wanted it to nice and thick there. All right. So that is the first color that I decided to use. Again, that is Dixie Belle paint, and it is Hurricane Gray Chalk Mineral Paint. All right, so then for the legs, what I'm going to do for that is I would normally use that same brush, but as you can see, that brush is full of paint. So this now I'm going to use is Dixie Belle paint again, and it's their Fluff Chalk Mineral Paint. So literally called Fluff, which is kind of fun. Now, I already did 3 of these legs earlier. What colors would you guys use if this was your table? Or if you were making it for somebody, you could say that too. Like, I would be making this for my mom, and I would make it in these colors. All right, so just going like this, going around, getting it up there in the cracks. Again, no sanding needed, which I think is awesome because I don't even own a power sander, so I would be doing this all by hand. And a little bit goes a long way, which is great. And again, these light colors will need 2 coats for sure, just so y'all know. Okay, now if I get down here, you'll see that that gray is there, that from doing the bottom, and it's still wet. So I'm gonna avoid that for now. I know that you guys can envision with me. So just going quickly around, painting this one up. Getting up there. And again, if I make a mistake and say I accidentally hit this up here, which I did do, no big deal, because you can just go back after it dries and touch it up. So this would be, this paintbrush I'm using would be like a chip brush. Just some bristles and nice and easy to use too. Great for these kind of paints as well. Great. But you can see the coverage is actually pretty good as I'm going here. So we've got nice coverage in here as we're going already. So that second coat is really just going to solidify that color. I'm going to flip it upside down now because this top one is dry so that I can get the bottom here, this bottom leg. So for me, we have something to celebrate. Tomorrow is my husband and our, well, it's our 20th anniversary. So we're pretty excited, and we just got back from a trip to Europe with the whole family, the kids, and we went to Europe for a while to kind of celebrate our 20th anniversary and just wanted to make sure our kids got an experience like that. And so I was wondering, you know, we're excited about having this celebration. Is there anything you guys are celebrating out there? Is anybody celebrating anniversaries, weddings, babies, you know, anything like that? Any life achievements or anything you want to share? Or I'd love to read it. I love to read all the comments, and I do read them. So please share anything that you guys are celebrating, because we know we're pretty excited to celebrate our 20th anniversary.
We've got 2 people that have said happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. All right, so there is, let me set that aside. That is the leg. Okay, that is one coat. So I'm going to give you the picture here of the 2 coats right next to each other so you can see the one versus the 2. So let me flip as I grab the wet paint. Smart, huh? All right, carefully grab the paint here and flip it back over. And then as I do, I'm going to grab a paper plate here to set the table on so I don't ruin my other table. There you go. So this is one coat here and it's wet. This one has 2 coats on it. So there's a little visual for you. And I did just get a fingerprint in there grabbing it, but I will go back that and touch that up later. It takes about 30 minutes to dry between the coats, give or take, depending upon your climate. So I'll be able to touch that up in a while. Now, the other thing I want to say about this paint that is pretty cool, so you can leave it just like this, paint it and you're done. If you want it to feel different or smooth, you just take some, actually I'm going to use my block, my sanding block, and you just sand it just lightly, like this. Again, you don't have to. And it kind of just gets this really amazing silky feel. So it goes from feeling just a little chalky to really silky. So it's really a preference of whatever you kind of want. And it doesn't take much, just takes a little bit. And I mean, if you did get any brush strokes, that will smooth that right out without any trouble. So, painted this in the Hurricane Gray Dixie Belle mineral paint, and the white is the fluff. So what we're gonna do now, while I'm waiting for this one to dry, we're gonna work on glazing a little bit here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove the paint here, at least just a little bit. I don't need to remove all of it. Well, actually, yeah, I can just, because this is what I'm gonna work with are these grooves right here. So again, you could leave it right like that, but if you wanna add a little depth or dimension to it, and again, if you are an active painter of furniture and you have any tips to share, like I said, I have not done the most furniture yet, so I'm still learning myself. Again, if I can do it, you can do it. So anybody out there who's done some of this, please share any tips that you have with us, because we would definitely love to hear, you know, anything you want to share. So I'm going to take, I guess I should show this to you, huh? That would be helpful. This is Dixie Belle Paint Company again, and this is their glaze, and it's Van Dyke Brown. They have different colors and different things. So you, as with any of these, just give them a little shake. And then what you do is you don't need much. So when you buy this paint, it goes really far. So you'll be able to do a lot of projects with this stuff. So all you do is just kind of paint in the cracks here around. And if you want to know how I want to do this, they have tutorials. I watched the tutorial. So I'm just gonna go in these cracks, around like that. And it's really up to you how much color you want in there or how little. So if you want a lot, you can paint a lot. You can paint the whole leg. Maybe you want to change the whole color of the leg. If you want not, you know, I'm just going for really accentuating these creases in here. I'm trying not to walk in front of Brielle as she records our show. No, you're fine. I go in circles a lot when I do my projects. So I realize that when you're doing something live and you're trying not to block somebody from seeing what you're doing, it's a little different.
A lot of people are asking where you can get the Dixie Belle paint.
Oh, thank you for asking that question. So they're online. You can just Google Dixie Belle paint and you'll be able to find it. If you go to my post that has the instructions for this, the links are there too as well for their website. I will look it up too. I have it actually on a piece of paper down here to give you it specifically. So thank you for asking that question. But yeah, it's great stuff. It really, like I said, it lasts a long time, goes far, doesn't need much. All right, so there we go. I'll probably do the bottom down here so you can see it too. All right, so looks kind of messy, right? And now I'm just gonna take a paper towel here and just damp it with some water. And this is, again, it's really your personal preference, what you wanna do with this. So you can make this whole thing stained, but you just kind of go in then. And it took me a few tries to see what I want. So again, like if you don't like the way it's turning out, don't stress about it because you can go back in and wipe more of it off if you don't like the way it's looking. Here, I'll come around on that side. You stay here, B, so you can kind of film from the front. So again, you can like wipe down and change the color of it. You can just keep it in the creases. You want it cleaner than that, you wipe it more. And again, like say, oh, I really don't like the way that turned out. Let it dry, paint over it again with the white and start over. It's really not a big deal. It's really easy to work with. That chalk and mineral paint is so great because it's just helps you cover it so easy. So you just kind of go through and just wipe it and dab at it and kind of get the look you're looking for. And if you want it again cleaner, just wipe it a little more away. And I kind of like a really clean look a lot of times, so I tend to clean mine up more than the average person might. Because like I was saying, I just kind of was looking to accent those marks. And you could distress this as well if you wanted to add some distress look and give it that more antique-y look. But there you go. You just kind of go and dab and wipe away what you don't want, keep what you do. What would you guys do? What would you guys do? Would you want it more, you know, more colorful, less colorful? So let's move down here and do this bottom a little bit. And maybe I'll just do a little bit more. I'll just kind of cover more of it so you can see what that's going to be like. Like that. And we'll just go around. And again, there's just so many colors and options. Let me move the gray out of the way. Like that. If you know someone who is wanting to learn how to do this, please share this with anybody. And you can share it on your own page if you want to remember how to do this later. I always appreciate likes and hearts if you like what you're seeing. And I hope the giveaway's up. I forgot to mention that. I got so sucked into my painting here. So let me read the giveaway question really fast. The giveaway question is, what needs to be updated in your home? So please share what needs to be updated in your home. What would you redo if you could do it? And I guess if you want to talk on a big scale, you could do that too. So there's one of the legs. Now I'm going to rotate this carefully. We'll do another leg real quick so that we get one whole side done for the whole illusion of what we're doing. Now you guys asked me about the paint. Let me see, I think it's in there. When I got my paint, what was really great is they gave me this little booklet with it too, about the how-tos. I thought that was really helpful. And again, their website has lots of how to do stuff. So the website is www.dixiebellepaint, DIXIEBELLE paint, all one word, no dashes, all lowercase.com. Here, there we go. Then you can see that really fast. They're very helpful. I had lots of questions and they were always there to answer them. So it was really, I like that because I'm a visual learner, and so I like to get help from people when I need it. So, all right, let's get this leg going. Again, whip that out. As much as little as you want. Doesn't take much. Has anybody put their colors on? What colors they would do? I'd love to hear
Yeah,
this.
but it was a while ago.
It was a while ago. I'm sorry. Yeah, don't forget to answer the giveaway. That's kind of important. And keep those celebrations coming because I do like to, my head's going to get in the way, sorry. I do like to read what you guys, what you're celebrating, where you're from. And again, share this with anybody that you think might want to know this information. And this paint does not have to be just for furniture. So you know, if you're a crafter, this is great paint for crafts too. It's good for anything. So I even think I think I saw that you could even do like upholstery furniture with it. It's just so versatile. All right, there we go. Painted all that glaze. And here, I mean, like I haven't even put a dent in that. All this paint looks still clear full. So great. And then again, if I make a mistake, no problem. I just go back. Okay, I need a new paper towel. So let me get another damp paper towel. And go in here and just kind of clean it up. Just kind of go in here and kind of do however you want. You want it less, rub it more, right? Comes right off. Just get that color in there the way you want. What do you guys think of that? Do you like the accents in there, or would you have left it plain? There we go. So there's another leg, and they're both different. Work at them more, work at them less. Your choice. Don't like the way they turn out? Start over. Paint them white. Start over. No big deal. Just probably wait till it dries first, or you might end up with a smudgy brown white. But, okay, so there we go. Wipe that. There's a little goobery spot in there. I'm going to wipe that up. All right, so we've now learned just painting basics, whatever color. 2 coats for the white. You can see again, I'll swivel this back this way. This is 1 coat. This is 2. So you definitely want to hit that one with a 2nd coat. Already pretty dry, a little wet, got a little bit on my hands, but pretty dry already. So it doesn't take long and you'll be able to do that again. All right, now I'm going to lift this to the floor because what we're going to do next is stencil it. And again, I appreciate any stenciling tips. I am still working on learning how to do this. It is an art in itself. All right, again, I'm putting that leg down. Let's see. So, as I work on this stencil, like I said, we just went on a trip to Europe. So the stencil I picked, again, another Dixie Belle Paint Company stencil. It's going to be hard to see. It says Paris. Do you see that on there? So here's a question I have for all of you guys. So I have this Eiffel Tower. It's a jewelry holder, but I was thinking about trying to turn this into a lamp or something to maybe put on this table by our front door. So if you have any ideas of what I could do with this Eiffel Tower to tie it into my Paris table, please put it in the comments. And again, share this with anybody who you think wants to be shared, and likes and hearts are always super appreciated. So, all right, so I'm gonna center this, give it a rough guess. You could measure it if you were really wanting it to be perfect. I always worry about it moving on me, so I am just gonna go ahead and put some painter's tape down to hold it in place. They do make an aerosol spray sticky stuff where you can spray it on the back of the stencil and you stick it on, but obviously you don't want to spray that in your house. So I'm just going to use good old painter's tape. And then I've got a stencil brush, and I'm going to go back to that fluff color paint. So again, if you have any ideas for this Eiffel Tower, let me know. And keep answering the giveaway question. Okay, giving my fluff paint a little shake again. All right, so I'm gonna scoop a little of this up in my stencil brush. Now the big thing I'm always told about stenciling is you really almost wanna get all that paint back off of your brush, because too much paint on the brush leads to bleeding. So now what you do is just circle, small circles or dabs on your stencils. Again, if you are a stenciler, please feel free to give us any tips. I'm always open to learning from you as well. I think we all learn from each other. Any ideas coming through on what I should do with that Eiffel Tower? And you can say too, don't put it on that table. I'm totally okay with that.
Someone said fairy lights weaving in it.
Ooh, good idea. I like that.
Someone said they would make a hanging lamp.
Ooh, that's a neat idea, yeah.
A lot of people really like the lamp idea.
Oh, good.
Just saying.
Thank you again. I always appreciate any suggestions, any tips.
A couple people said making it like a candle holder of some sort.
Oh, that's a good idea too. And again, like I said, I'm a crafter at heart, so this stuff is great because for me, not having to sand it, having the power tools, I love power tools, but I don't have all the fancy ones everybody has. So being able to use this kind of paint and just go from scratch is really nice. All right, maybe just a scotch more. And again, you can be as light as dark as you want to on your stencils. So if you want them lighter, you can put less. If you want them darker, just keep going until you get the look you kind of want. All right, pretty much got the whole thing there. All right, I'm almost done. So I'm gonna lift this up very carefully, trying to lift it straight up so that I don't smear it if I can. And then we'll see what it looks like. A little tribute to our Paris trip. There we go. Oh, Brielle likes it. Yay! That's my daughter, by the way, who's filming today. So thank you to her for her help. All right. Okay, we're going to recap everything we did. I will finish it, and then I will put the completed, all the way done table, after it's all dry. I will put it as the last picture on my post. But the instructions are already there how to do all this, because like I said, I did do some prep work as we got started. So I'm just moving some stuff out of the way so I can go over this stuff. Last chance to get in on that giveaway. What needs to be updated in your home? So again, this is, again, I'm just an easy crafter. I'm not, a pro side table maker. But again, I found this table at a garage sale for $1, and I was needing something for our front door, and this was perfect. So again, no sanding, no priming. You can just start from painting. The only reason I did some sanding was because there was some buildup guck that was on there that I wanted to level out. So again, this was the Hurricane Gray. This is one coat down here. I will go back and redo that, but here's what it looks like finished. So the Hurricane Gray in the Dixie Belle paint, and then the fluff was on the legs, and then this is the glaze that I got into the grooves. So if you like that, please send me likes and hearts, and if you know somebody who wants to do this or you want to share it on your page so that you can have it for later to go back to, feel free. We would love it when you share things. And then again, we stenciled with a Dixie Belle stencil right on the top, and that's the table. So thank you for being here. Thank you, Home Talk, for having me, and keep those comments coming for what I should do with that Eiffel Tower. And Do we have a winner, Brielle? As she's looking, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another live. And there'll be another DIY tomorrow, so you won't want to miss that. Okay, our winner.
Rhonda Hughes.
Congratulations. And again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support and any tips that you have for me. I appreciate it. And thank you, Home Talk, for having me. I will see you again next week. Thanks. Bye.